Minna is a city in Middle Belt, Nigeria. It is the capital of Niger State, one of Nigeria's 36 federal states. It consists of two major ethnic groups, the nupe and the gbagyi, with a population of over 300,000. Niger is the largest state by land mass in Nigeria. So I guess there is enough space for everyone over here. Precisely, we are in Bosso local government area, the location for our Waoadventure. We navigated through the neighborhoods in our quest to locate the Bosso hunters with the help of our location managers. Upon reaching the neighborhood, the first person we ran into was the drummer, called Bosso. He was with his drum, specially carved out of log of wood and dressed with hide and skin. Not too long, he quickly gives us a welcome display. We had to step back for him not to beat our eardrums. Accompanying his drums are two subordinate drums, but he said never to worry, those were for the boys to handle. Few steps inside led us to gbagyi, the second in command in the absence of the leader, Minna. Though they told us the group had no specific name, here is what Gbagyi had to say about himself, the hunt life, and the wildlife. My name is Gbagyi. Hunting is a skill I inherited from an old man who was like a father to me. He was known as the king of Dawala Kasta. I started as a child, and I remember how I would often hide my hunting bag when I was going to hunt. That was before I understood what I had inherited. After I understood that hunting was a part of me, I brought my dogs home and every other thing I used to hunt. This is my home, my father's house, where I was born and brought up. Wow, I really cannot recall how many times I have gone hunting, because it has become a means of survival for me. So I do it all day and all night. Presently, we came back from Lokoja just today, after spending 11 days there. We went for the Kasa Kasa Nadan Hakiki hunting. It is a type of hunting that involves every part of the country from Sokoto, Katsina, Kanawa, and many more. When we traveled to Lokoja, we met some victims of kidnap and we rescued them. We also appealed to the government to look into the issues of kidnap as it is on the rise. Throughout my hunting career, there are only few types of animals that I have not caught. I have caught wild cats, deers. On some days, we come across monkeys as well. Yes, we do, if it is the will of God. My best hunting experience, and the one I'll never forget, is when we went to a place called Lafiyankwada. From Zagu to Lafiyankwada, we hunted and we had very good games. The villagers were very much hospitable. They also forewarned us about the thieves moving around the village, so we stayed back a bit to be sure they were secure. It was when we went to a place ahead of Fushishi known as Gwanda. I really suffered there, and I will never forget that experience. The villagers requested that we must pay them before they allow us hunt in their bush. They were not hospitable at all. We also had to pay for little things such as lighters and drinking water. We only managed to spend 3 days in the village. For our Waoadventure location, the hunters chose the Gidenkwano forest. Navigating through the Bosso Express Road, through Bakungu, and through the Federal University of Technology's main campus. And finally, we arrived at the Gidenkwano forest. It is a nice view over here, by the way. Babao and his boys opened the event with their drums, while Aminu, Koji and the rest member of the group puts the leg of a dinosaur in the nose of a lion. That was a joke, by the way. They were just preparing. So I was almost compelled to ask, why are they trying so hard to cut this guy? But another part of me says the question should be, why is the sword not cutting him? Babao is still on his duty as he sings songs of praises to Aminu and Goji. Now it seems like Babao has awakened the beast in Aminu. For a moment, I was finding it hard to figure out if the beast was just angry or has a personal problem with Babao. It is looking like Aminu is about to play golf with his stick, and I am really hoping that Babao is not the golf ball. Goje steps into the scene with Salisu. What is Goje about to do? Goje makes a continuous attempt to slit Salisu's throat. He tries the sword also on Salisu's belly, and yet Salisu feels so relaxed and confident that he isn't going to cut. Obviously, he must have been used to this practice. He tries the sword on his back also, and I can see the lines from the edges of the sword, and yet, without any cuts. Aminu, the leader of the group, continues in aggression in response to Babao. So this guy over here decides to have lunch in the middle of a show. Who feeds on a double-edged razor blade? Well, if we are what we eat, then this guy right here must be a sharp guy. So basically, I call him the sharp guy. Meet Abu. Abu says whoever he sweats on or rubs his sweat on becomes uncuttable. Now let's see how true that is. He rubs the sweat on another member of the group. He tries so hard to go through his bag. And now, it's the collective efforts to make the sword cut through. But yet, the mission was impossible. Finally, Aminu rose to show us a little of what's in his bag. He pulls a horn out of the bag, and he orders everybody to grab the bull by the horn. But as the case may be, they are grabbing the horn by the horn. He asked everyone to hold family. Hold family, Aminu said repeatedly. Repeating certain words, Aminu makes the horn rise up and down, lifting the whole hands, holding it down. Each time he asks it to go up and down. He without a bull. Aminu approaches Babao in aggression. Danjuma makes a quick display in the middle of Aminu's performance. Basically, I think the knife does not cut anyone here. Aminu points a knife to the sky, grabbing the pointed part of it. He commands the knife to bow to him. Why am I not surprised? If swords don't cut anyone here, why will knives not bow? Still in the heart of the Gidankwano forest, Babao and his boys did not stop with the rhythm from the drums. Aminu and Goje takes a seat while they watch others display their own part of the Waoadventure. The look on their faces seems like they are all exhausted. Danjuma returns. He brings out something that looks like a fruit from his pocket. In his other hand, he has a sword. But this time, it doesn't seem like he wants to cut anybody. He divides the orange into two. Could this be Danjuma trying to have some oranges in the middle of all this? No, this doesn't look like the type of orange you would want to have. Danjuma pulls out human hair mixed with blood from inside the orange. Danjuma brings out another orange. Let's hope we do not find a barber shop in this one. Oh, here we go again. Goje has just been activated. He walks to the middle with a sword in one hand and the hunting stick in the other hand. He faces Babao with so much aggression, and this is really looking like something has gone wrong between them. Goje continues to speak in aggression. Goje pulls out a knife from the bag he is carrying and still in his aggression. He broke the knife in two. I guess if the knife won't cut the man will probably cut the knife. Goje fills an empty can with water. He covers it with a perforated lid. Goje turns the can upside down, with the perforated part facing the earth. Yet, the water is refusing to pour out from the can through the perforations. The water only pours when Goje moves his other hand away from the lid, and when he returns it, the flow stops. Goje's aggression continues again, and this time with a knife in his hand. And he just broke that knife by stabbing himself in the thigh. Now let's take a closer look at that. Obviously, if the knife don't cut you, you will most likely cut the knife. What a day it was with the Bosso hunters. But the day will not be a day without words from Aminu, the leader of the group.
Sannan ina ganin dai ina farauta tun ina dan karami na. Tun ina zuwa ana koro ni.
I started hunting as a child. I wasn't often allowed when I started, but they let me be with time. I have hunter friends, and we've been hunting together since childhood. We often took turns in sleeping in each other's houses, depending on when we get flogged for going out to hunt. They finally got tired of punishing us for going out to hunt, and we were finally left alone.
Ta gaji arziki ne ba tsaya ma ta gada ba saboda kamar ni yanzu ina gana kasashen nan gaba daya.
My friends' names are Mujigari, Magaji, and Dantala. For me right now, I am known in almost every part of this town, and this all through hunting.
Saboda me kaci me ka ba kannukan ka me ka ba yan bayan ka duk wanda ka gani na farauta yana sana'ar yin shi haka ko ba ka bane muna bi mu je mu yi na rana mu je mu yi na dare. Kuma ina ganin koyo bai kai kwana 3 zuwa 4 da muka dawo. Muna kasan can wadan Lokoja kwanan mu 10.
We spent 2 weeks in a bush in Lokoja and got back just 4 days ago. We came across kidnappers and thieves, but we were able to set the kidnapped victims free. We hunted different types of animals.
Lafiya kuma mun je mun yi lafiya naman daji kala-kala babu wanda ba mu kashe ba. Ko ba haka bane?
Also, we had a chat with Babao.
Irin wannan rana muke so kuma gashi Allah ya kawo ta
Hunting is what we do, and we believe that it is the will of God. Most of us inherited hunting from either the maternal or the paternal side of our families. Even the Quran doesn't forbid hunting.
daga cikinsu akwai wanda suke aikin gona, akwai wanda suke aikin gwamnati, wani ma police ne, wani soja ne, wani mobile ne, wani coastal ne, wani ma har yau gashi Allah ya sa ya zama ciyama.
Amongst the hunter parents, some are farmers, some are working with the government, and others are politicians.
Kana ji? Ita wannan abu kaga yanzu wannan kida da nake a gaskiya na Allah ni ban gaje ta ba. Amma gashi ina dauka ina mafarauta saboda yanayin rayuwa. So ni abin da zan ce shine kaga a zamani.
Personally, I didn't inherit drumming, but I know that it is the will of God for me. We are hunters, and yet we have other things doing. I'm an NCE and degree holder, and I'll be going for my NYSC this year. When we are out in the wild, we are without family and friends. But once we return home to our families, we continue with our normal day-to-day activities. I pray that God meets you all at the points of your needs. And with our conversation with Babao, we ended our day one Waoadventure with the Bosso hunters in the forest of Kidankwano.
Rex Ricketts Music. Nawa kaje inane kaje ilori yaushe zaka dawo sai watan gobe gobe da labari jibi da labare dan maliyo nawa kaje inane kaje ilori yaushe zaka dawo sai watan gobe gobe da labari jibi da labare.
I can send that I miss you, babe. All the love you showed, I appreciate. You always told me that I'd be great. All the teddy K's for the sessions. Help me navigate the recessions. Damu when I get paid. Dignakine my possessions. You're my soulmate, you're my ride or die. To be with another, I'd rather die. You a red gem, that's certified. You's like a good life, hard to find. I wasn't cut out for no 9 to 5. That's why I hustle for the better life. Damu, I'll be back soon. And when I do, you're gonna be my wife.